Ladies and gentlemen, JLG here, back with another video. Today I wanted to discuss a couple of things with you guys. Really, just one thing, but something that affected me a couple of days ago that I think you guys could find useful. So, obviously, it's not a secret that I am a PlayStation 4 user. Thursday night, I had some glitching out of a chat party that I was in, and Friday, when I went to log into the PlayStation Network on my PS4, I received an error message, and I'll show you what that looks like right here. So if you've seen that before, it's pretty frustrating to say the least. I spoke with Sony via their ever so helpful chat feature. Spoiler alert: not helpful. Not helpful in the least bit. But they told me that they had banned my IP address from the PlayStation Network. So we're talking the just the IP, not the console, not my my PlayStation Network account. So I guess it could be worse, but this is still kind of a shitty situation to be in. So I want to do a quick video and explain how I got out of that situation, and you know what, if you find yourself in this situation, what your options are. So first option, call your ISP and ask for a new IP address. This is one thing that I tried doing. I was unsuccessful in that I gave up on that. I was getting bored waiting. And I'm just the kind of person that'll throw money at problems more than anything else. So I opted to just skip that, right? So if you are interested, I can speak for Comcast at least. I can't speak for any other internet provider. If you call their tech support, they're not going to be able to help you unless you're a business class subscriber. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be a waste of your time. There is a special department, though, that if you are a torrenter or anything like that, and Comcast has sent you a letter, this is the department to come from. So, disclaimer, if you have a lot of strikes on your account for doing illegal shit, this probably won't work for you. I'll put the number in the description below. Give them a call. Let them know what happened. Be honest with them that, you know, if you didn't do anything, like, be straight up honest. Like, you don't know what happened, and they're not being cooperative and explaining how you got into this situation. So they'll probably just forward you to their tier 2, which is fine. This is where I gave up because I sat on hold for a half hour and didn't get anybody. I can't verify 100% that it works, but I was told by Comcast tech support, who I called initially, that it'll probably work. That's a route. Second route, leave your modem unplugged until the DHCP lease expires. If you don't know what that is, DHCP is a technology that allows a router on a network, like including your own home network, to give out IP addresses to all of the devices. It gives out IP addresses on a regular basis, usually roughly for a week. And at the end of the week, the device asks for a new one. So that's the idea there. Leave the device unplugged. It won't ask for a new one. That IP address might be given to somebody else. Not a guarantee. I mean, this is something I didn't try because it would have required me to be up at like 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. And I'm not going to be up at 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I opted for the let's throw money at the problem to solve it, in that I just bought a new modem. So this can be kind of painful if you've purchased your own and you've paid a lot of money for it. But if you haven't, if you're renting from your ISP, this is probably a good time to switch. I would definitely recommend it. I used to rent, and I rented for years just because I was lazy. The new Comcast routers, the X1 modem router combinations are actually really good in terms of wireless capability. I live in a 5-floor apartment building, and I'm on the 2nd floor. I can get to my Wi-Fi on the 5th floor. It's not very good. It's very spotty, but it's you know, just 3rd, 4th, 5th floor, right? That's a pretty good range. I wouldn't set that as a benchmark by any means, but it's cool that that's a thing. Again, if you're renting, definitely it's time to buy a new one. I bought the Netgear C500. It's like $89 retail, something like that. I'll put a link to Amazon below. It took me about 10 minutes to set it up, and that's pretty dang cool, honestly. Comcast has a self-activation feature, so I plugged it in. Once it got an address, I went to activate.comcast.com, followed a couple of instructions, clicked a couple buttons, plugged in my account name and things like that, and that was it. I was done. It was actually dead freaking simple. I can't speak for like Time Warner and stuff. If I can find self-activation links for the other carriers, I'll put them below as well. But this route will most definitely get you a new IP address. I can guarantee that. Because to extend on the DHCP talk from earlier, all it really knows about you being existing is your MAC address, media access control address. It's unique for every piece of networking hardware on the planet. That's how it determines if who's who, right? Which device belongs to who. Because the modem I purchased was a different address, for all intents and purposes, was a completely different user, right? Not to Comcast. I mean, Comcast knows it's the same person, but their networking infrastructure doesn't care. The part that does the IP addressing, it doesn't care. It really couldn't care less, actually. That's probably, I would say, the quickest solution. If you have a way to purchase one quickly, just do it. Honestly, save yourself the time, the frustration. Yeah, it'll cost a little bit of money, but just do it. Seriously. Like if you live with your parents or something like that, or you don't really have the ability to swap out your cable modem for something else, well, that's going to be a little bit harder. You definitely want to take the phone call route first. But again, if you've had a lot of strikes in your account, or if you torrent, things like that, that's probably not going to go well. I mean, I don't torrent because honestly, again, I throw money at problems, and I find torrent too much work. That's my solution. To recap, call your ISP, ask nicely, power down your modem, wait for the IP lease to expire, and just go buy a new modem. Fourth option could be setting up a VPN. If you know how to do that, you'd have to set it up at the router, not on your computer. If you want to do that, that's an option. You might have limits like the amount of money you spend, any bandwidth caps, latency, things like that. So those are things to take into consideration. Other than that, I mean, that's it. I mean, those are realistically your 3 options. Sony's not going to unblock your IP address, so don't even bother going that route. I can promise you, it's a fruitless endeavor. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. JLG here. If you like this video, hit that like button. Let me know if you have any questions, unique situations. Leave those comments. Definitely subscribe, and I'll see you next time.